Welcome everybody to Five Star WrestleCast. I'm Travis. That is Dave. Chris is in parts unknown. What's up, Dave?
I'm good. Yeah, Chris is out on excursion somewhere else for the
He's on
moment. He'll be back
excursion.
next time.
He's on excursion. Like he's a
Yes.
young lion in New Japan, sent off to go
Yes.
wrestle in Mexico for 6 months or whatever. Or heaven forbid, like when they sent Kazuchika Okada to TNA and they
Oh man,
treated him awful.
they freaking made him Kato from the Green Hornet. I
Oh my
mean, how
God,
awful was that?
they jobbed
But
him
I
out. They
mean,
made him whack, and then and he
but
held
you know what?
TNA for that over that for years.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? That really, like, out of something as awful as that was, came his friendship with the Bucks,
Yeah,
which you could say eventually blossomed into the impetus for AEW.
for sure,
You know,
for sure.
so I mean, as terrible as that was, looking on the bright side, we got what 10 years later, some amazing wrestling.
Yeah, yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah,
So
but still,
we
poor guy.
we weren't necessarily going to do a show, but I felt compelled, Dave. I
Yes,
felt
you
compelled.
texted us this morning.
I felt compelled to want to talk, and I got to be fair. I got to be straight. I don't think last night's Raw was good enough to talk about in full. I think it's
No,
pretty
I agree because
slow.
when you texted us this morning, I was like, I mean, I watched it. There were a couple of surprises. I every week, every time I see Jacob Fatu, I'm a bigger fan of his, and I remember seeing him back in MLW when it was on like Vice Network for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I dug what he did back then. So I'm really happy that they haven't watered his character down too much, being in WWE. So I'm really happy with what's going on. But outside of that, I mean, that and then what you've got on your background were kind of the big takeaways
This is the
from
main
last
things I
night.
want to talk about. The Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu stuff, and this thing behind me. And kind
Yes.
of the overall direction of where WWE is going right now.
Yeah.
We got some big shows coming up. Obviously, WWE had to spend last night trying to prepare for this weekend, Saturday night's main event, and Clash in Italy, which comes up in what, a week or two? So it's pretty
Is it a week?
close.
I was honestly
Is it
going to
the
ask
following
you.
weekend? Is it the
It
following
might
weekend?
be.
I think it might be.
Wow.
And then AEW has Double or Nothing this weekend also.
Yeah.
And they got a
Sunday
big
night.
3 hour Raw. And I want to preview those really fast before we get out of here too. So let's talk about last night's Raw, which I thought pretty much was blah for the most
Yeah.
part,
We,
with the
we got
exception of a few surprises.
Before we get into the good stuff, I want to touch on something that was pointed out during the broadcast.
Brock Lesnar split his pants.
What's that?
Brock Lesnar split his pants after that second F5.
Oh no, I missed that. Oh god,
Oh
no.
yeah. Go look at. Go look at. He split his pants again.
Oh, that's hysterical. No, something far less interesting than that. During the Seth Rollins Austin Theory match, which was exactly, thank you. It was 2 stars. Definitely not a 5-star WrestleCast match. Michael Cole points out that they're both wearing the same gear. They're both wearing the same tights. I was like,
So bad.
oh my
This
god.
this show felt like they had nothing. Here's the interesting thing about the only interesting thing about that Seth Rollins Austin Theory match. Okay, first of all, the way it's set up. So Seth Rollins is out there and he's got no friends. He's got no support. He says he hasn't had wrestled a Raw match in 9 months, which I'm sure a lot of people were really grateful about.
It
And then
took me a second. I was like, oh.
he shouldn't have said anything. I mean, he's
Yeah.
like, but they put me in the main event. And the weird thing was, he's like, they put me in the main event, and he can basically choose his opponent. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What? So he wants to wrestle someone from Division. Of course, he wants to wrestle Braun Breaker, who he rather laughingly says can't get the job done. It's like, how many times does he need to beat you? What
I was going to say,
what does he need to do at this
when I
point?
heard him say it, I was like, he's laid you out more than once.
Right. So he says he wants to challenge Braun Breaker. And then there's a segment afterwards where Paul Heyman tells Braun Breaker, no, it's going to be Austin Theory, who is the goober of the group, who's going to wrestle him. And so they're telling you already that Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory is a shitty match that you're going to get for the main event. But not only that, but that Paul Heyman's like, now we know where Seth Rollins is going to be and how busy he's going to be. So they're already telling you, don't worry, fans. you're not going to have to sit there and watch all of Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory because we know it stinks. So we're gonna let you know right now that Braun Breaker is going to interfere and mess this shit up early. So, so it's like, okay, well, thank you. You're going to give us this bad match. At least you're going to cut it short.
If you're watching like you did this morning, if you're watching on a delay, you can fast forward through that C minus C C match,
Poor Austin
and get to the quote unquote good part, because Braun Breaker spearing everyone left and right, and then the end. For the love of God, stop friggin' teasing the Street Profits breaking up if you're not going to do it. I'm so tired.
I actually think they might do it this time.
I mean, for the love, just do it. I don't want him to do it because I like them as a team. I mean, Montez has a solid future. I think both of them do, actually. But they went away for who knows how long, for a few months, and they left when they were going to break up, and they were teasing that, and they come back, and they seem really, really relatively unified, and now they're right back to breaking up again.
Yeah, which I think is why they brought them back the way they did, because they knew they were going to just quickly break them up. So I think that's why they're doing it the way they're doing it, making it seem like everything was kind of static between them, but it's not. So I think that's actually a good thing. They've been needing to break up for a while, but I just thought it was funny the shitty way they came to this main event, a shitty way to come to a shitty main event. So it's like, wow. And then
not a main event match.
And then they had the nerve to give us Finn Balor versus JD McDonough again, which I honestly had a hard time staying awake through. Two guys who look exactly the same, wrestling exactly the same way as they did before, and I'm just like, fuck off with this. Who gave us?
I think, wasn't it the first match? I think it was either the first or second match because I know I tuned out. Honestly, I was like, oh, this again? All right, whatever.
We've already seen them wrestle like once or twice. We've already seen them wrestle with the Demon.
At least once.
We've seen the Demon. Like, well, that was against Dominic Mysterio, but still,
no, that was Dom.
But still, we've seen these guys wrestle a couple of times already, and it was boring the first time. It's like, what makes you think the second time is going to be more exciting? Because he did a double stomp through a trash can. I've seen him do that before.
Yeah, because it was a street fight, which is WWE's not no DQ street fight, whatever, tribal rule matches are bland as all. They're bland as old mayonnaise. Yeah. So what's the point of getting excited about something like that? Just have it be a regular match. They need to move Finn on from this Judgment Day thing. This has got to be the end. He's got to do something else.
Yeah, definitely. They got to move him on. So we got the one of the big things, of course, is the Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns thing. I kind of like the way the show started with Roman coming out, and then and they're talking about firing him again. But before Roman could even get to the ring, Jacob's music hits. He's already out in the ring to call him out. But he gets attacked by the Usos come out, of course, and the Usos look like goobers too now.
They look like the Vision. They look like Austin Theory. Let's be honest.
They look like goobers. They've been getting their butts kicked for like 3 weeks in a row by one man. And they were getting their butts kicked again this time until Roman Reigns came out, and then they kind of triple teamed them. And finally, I think they look like heels because now they look like heels. It's like the crowd is the actual heel turn for them finally.
Yeah, the crowd is thoroughly behind Jacob Fatu. Granted, Roman was getting cheers at the last at Backlash too, but the crowd is 100% behind Jacob, and they've got to go full steam ahead. I mean, I don't think you make him full. You should make him full babyface. Let him still be the crazy guy he is, the werewolf he is.
He's not going to win against Roman.
No, unfortunately, he's not.
Tribal combat. Now that he's challenged him to tribal combat, I don't think he's definitely not going to win.
No, I mean on the off chance he does win, he'll lose it at like the Italy show. He's not going to have it for long if he has it. I agree with you. I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah, I kind of think he's on a kind of a Jey Uso type path right now. Or at least he will be once he loses this match, and maybe has to acknowledge Roman Reigns. Maybe he does. I still see a coming together of the Bloodline, even with Solo Sikoa. I kind of see a coming together of the Bloodline. The Tongans leaving Solo behind. And them kind of coming together as a family again. I kind of see that happening. Even if it's just for the short term, I think that might be the path they're going to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the future, and then hopefully they'll do whatever, however that pans out. That'll be the end of the bloodline because my God, how many years has it been?
Been a
6 years,
lot.
7 years since the bloodline
Been a
came to
lot.
fruition.
But there are
Yeah,
more. There are more Anawahis to go. I mean, there are more that they're going to call in. So it's
it's going
never
to be
going.
alive until we run out of
It's
kids.
never going to truly be over. I don't think as long as they've got this many on the roster. I just don't think it's possible. I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
oof, I don't know, man. Eventually, you're gonna have Roman's kids and Jimmy's kid and Jay's kid,
Yep.
and
I told
what
you.
do they say?
You have
What's
Naomi
that?
and Jimmy's kid wrestling.
Yep.
Wrestling.
Jacob's kid.
Jacob's kid, Trick Williams, and Lash Legends kid. They're all going to be wrestling, wrestling each other someday.
Oh, then you got what is it? Liberty Rhodes? Is that a Cody and is
I
that
think
Cody's
so.
kid
Yeah.
Liberty?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think so.
Oh man.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I'm I want to be excited about tribal rules, but once again, WWE those extreme matches in WWE are not extreme. You're gonna get
Extreme matches in WWE is like Wednesday on AEW Dynamite.
exactly. Exactly. It's like a Mox match on a Wednesday. Exactly. There's nothing over the top drawing you in like, God, I have to see this. This is going to be something I haven't seen yet. Like, no, you're going to see tables, you're going to see trash cans, you're going to see him putting Roman through the barricade on the side. You can see Roman. You're going to see Roman powerbomb him through the announcer's table, and it sucks because I think those two could. I think Jacob could really help elevate Roman. As far as because Roman just goes through the motions a lot. He's at this point he could really help. He could inspire Roman to pick up his game to get it back where it was. If those two are allowed to go do what they want to do, but they're not going to. Now, is that match that's not Saturday night's main event, is it?
I think that's Italy.
I think that's Italy too. So it'll be
that's Italy
pay-per-view or PLE is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since it's not on broadcast TV, maybe we'll get some blood. Maybe we'll get a little more, slightly more extreme violence for WWE. But it's definitely not going to be a Mox, Darby Allin, or Mox and insert anyone here here.
Mox versus anyone.
Yeah, exactly. Mox versus Hangman, bloodbath.
Mox comes down to the ring bleeding, so I mean, it just kind of is what it is.
Dude, there was a time when he literally got into the ring and he was already bleeding. You're like, how does this happen? Your head just go, okay, we're just gonna split up on our own.
Their foreheads got no scar tissue. That's all scar tissue. The strong gust of wind, they start bleeding.
He frowns hard. He's like, pop, starts spraying blood.
Sandman was like that. Abdul the Butcher is like that. You just come down to the ring and somebody blow in their direction, and they start bleeding from the scalp.
Oh yeah, Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes too. Yeah,
that was the first time I remember seeing that. And as a little kid, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with his forehead?
Right.
And then the announcers explainers, from all the time he's been busted open or whatever. Like, oh my God, is that what happens? Yeah.
You know what? I like the way they're handling Jacob, sort of like you said. But it is interesting to me. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. They're portrayed so different between the shows. Like Jacob has really been, kind of the heel on Raw, but then he's like the baby face on SmackDown. And this one, the roles are kind of reversed. You got the Bloodline triple teaming him, and Jacob fighting on his own and really holding his own against all three of them, looking like the babyface. It makes me wonder if they bring them on SmackDown this week, which they probably will to some degree because Solo is there and they're still kind of intertwined with this. He's still kind of intertwined with this. How Jacob and them will be portrayed on SmackDown this week. So
yeah, it's a good observation. Because if WWE wants them to become clear cut on either way, they'll force the issue by pumping in taped audio. If they want the audience at home to hear Jacob getting cheered more than Roman, they'll make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just I would like to see clear cut roles for these guys. I don't know that the crowd actually cares, honestly. Though they're going to cheer who they're going to cheer.
I think the crowd I think the crowd's going to be more split 50-50 when it ultimately
Yeah.
comes to the showdown, the match. Because no matter what, the fans love Roman Reigns, whether he's a heel or a babyface right now. His character hasn't changed at all, depending on whatever his ideology is, his alignment. His character hasn't really changed, and fans
Yeah.
just love him still. So, in fact, I had a guy
Yeah. I mean,
today. I was going to a friend's, and the guard who like mans the gate. He always sees my license plate, which says heel turn on it. So he always wants to talk wrestling with me, and he's super excited for Roman Reigns. So he doesn't care what the fuck he is. Most people probably don't even think about it. Honestly, they don't think
yeah.
about that stuff. They just like who they like. So
Yeah. I mean, it's a good point. It's the common fan. You're right. Probably doesn't get as deep as we do into this, and they're just gonna. They love Roman. They love singing Seth's song.
yep.
They love singing along with Cody's song. They're just going to do what they're going to do. It's interesting how the wrestling audience has evolved over the last 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, 30, my God, was it? But yeah, so, how you could have a clear cut heel and face, and the lines have become so blurred. It's almost like, you don't cheer for a specific player or don't cheer for a specific team anymore. You cheer for the player on the team.
Yeah.
With free agency and regular sports, football, baseball, basketball, having become so relevant. You're just going to cheer for who you like, no matter what.
Did
and
they confirm? Did they confirm Sol Ruca versus Becky Lynch for main event?
I believe so. Yeah.
Is that confirmed? But it's not for the title.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it's for the title.
No, let me see.
I kind of liked their handling of Sol Ruca in this, but although Becky Lynch was 1,000,000% right when she was like, "Well, you're a liar because you haven't wrestled the best, you haven't wrestled me," is like, and you haven't won any matches on the main roster.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
it's definitely confirmed, but it's not.
Which is like, ouch.
Oh yeah. Oh
they
yeah.
haven't won anything.
Yeah. They're pushing. I think because it's a non-title match, I think we see Sol Ruca win.
Yeah.
Which will set up a match for Italy.
It'll set up a match down the line, and Becky will deny that match for as long as she can before it finally happens.
Yeah, her character is becoming as obnoxious, not in a good way, as obnoxious as Seth's has been, and it's not a good thing.
Becky.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. Usually they follow the same path. Like when he's a heel, she's a heel. When he's a babyface, she's a babyface. Which makes me wonder if she's due for a turn back to being a babyface soon. She might be, actually. So
it could be.
And honestly, the women's division could use it. I mean, the women's division on Raw, I think it stinks right now without Stephanie Vaquer there. And watching the matches tonight, the tag match with Paige and Brie Bella was atrocious. I love those two. I love them individually. As a team, they got no chemistry and they look bad. And I just like, I've kind of had it with the whole thing. I was hoping Raquel and Roxanne would win that tag team match, but it got disrupted by another go nowhere team, Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. So
I know, right?
I'm like, God, what is happening here?
You look at the talent in the ring and you're like, okay. And then by the end of it, you're like, why?
It's like Raw needed Fatal Influence to come over there more than SmackDown did almost. Because they have like reinvigorated the women's division over there on SmackDown.
And I think maybe
Raw needs something like that badly.
I wonder if they were expecting Sol Ruca to inject that same kind of energy that Fatal Influence did.
They introduced her the wrong way then by having her lose all her freaking matches.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Wrong way to do it.
And
had her come in there and
really,
beat Natalia or somebody, or enter immediately into a feud that you can have her win, not have her go out there and prove herself against a couple people that she's not going to beat. It's like, don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Definitely.
It's almost the Ricky Saints model. The Ricky Saints model on SmackDown ain't working either because he looks like a dope. No. He looks like a dope right now. The only person he's beating is Matt Cardona, and my cat could beat Matt Cardona right now. That guy ain't. I don't think he won a match since he signed. So
it's not an exclusive club there. You're right. And it's when he took the loss last on SmackDown. I forget who was wrestling on SmackDown.
Carmelo Hayes. He lost to Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, yeah. He lost to Carmelo freaking Hayes. It's a guy he should have beat. And I
I would
was
have had that
watching
end
the
in a
match.
no contest personally, because I think Carmelo Hayes is too talented to be losing the way he had. He's had a rough month. I don't mind him winning. Like, do you have to do it at the expense of Ricky Saints though? Ricky Saints just got there, and
Yeah,
he looks like a chump.
yeah. I mean, if Saints is going to be a guy that you're going to get behind and push, which when you put him up against your champion in his first match and you make a thing of it, you should be like, I get putting him against Cody, the whole friendship thing, pushed to the side. You put him out there, you get him a good display against your champion, but then the next week he loses to Carmelo Hayes. It's like,
All right, Dave.
okay, so
All right, Dave. Brass
yes,
tacks.
yes,
Does Ricky Saints have it? Does Ricky Saints have it on the main roster?
no,
I
I
don't
don't think
think he
so.
does either.
I don't think so either. Yeah,
I think I think he's a guy who looks great, has the look, but he just there's something about natural charisma. I just don't think he has it.
it's not transferring, and even in AEW, when he
Never
was
as big as
given the what's that?
never as big as he should have been on AEW.
No, no. For as much as they needed upper mid card guys, he really kind of got pushed to the side. Which I wonder if that was his association with Cody and his unapologetic association with Cody after Cody went back to WWE. I wonder if there was some ill feelings.
I think
You
he's
know,
got
well,
I think he's got a big head, and he thought that he was supposed to be the next big thing in AEW, and and he's never had the matches to prove it.
yeah,
Like, I can't think of one seriously memorable match from Ricky Saints.
yeah, me neither. Me neither.
I just
You're
can't.
right.
The most memorable stuff he did on AEW for me were his TV title run, which was pretty good, and his tag team with Big Bill,
Yeah,
and that's it.
which was at the very end of
Not
his
much else.
run.
Not much else.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, and the tag run with Big Bill was the very end of his run there. Yeah, I mean, when he's on the mic, he can be good, but he's kind of missing it. He's missing the thing, and I don't know. He's not going to find it on the main roster.
Yeah.
It's sink or swim up there.
And he can't play babyface. He can't do it.
No, oh no.
Can't do it. Carmelo Hayes is showing me that he can do it. Like, I was curious about whether or not he would be able to play both sides like that. Play a babyface and a heel, but his babyface run has actually been pretty good. I think he's managed to do it. In fact, it was never more obvious than on last week's SmackDown when he's opposite Ricky Saints in conversation, and their characters are very much the same.
Oh yeah,
And he was
100%.
talking about
Yeah.
it's like looking into a dirty mirror, and it's like
Yeah.
he's right. But the problem
Yeah.
is Carmelo Hayes looked like a star. Ricky Saints didn't.
And they presented Carmelo Hayes as a star when they brought him up. When they brought him up, he wasn't the next big thing, but he was someone that you were going to see and you were going to get good matches from, and they were going to put him in a position to succeed. They haven't done that with Ricky Saints.
No, not digging it.
So,
Not digging Ricky Saints. So, all right, let's talk about the other big thing that happened on Raw. So, Oba Femi was continuing his open challenge, which always felt like a placeholder thing for them anyway. Kind of like, oh, we don't know what to do with those, so let's have him beat a bunch of weak tag team guys for a while. Lo and behold, Brock Lesnar shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah, wow.
F5s him 4 times before splitting his pants.
I need to go back and watch that.
What the shit was this? I mean, and this is a serious question here because look, Brock, we make fun of wrestling retirements and how they're most of them are bullshit anyway. See also Terry Funk, but and Mick Foley, but Mick Foley who had one of the
and Ric Flair.
One of the shortest retirements ever. But I think Brock Lesnar's is actually shorter than Mick Foley's retirement was.
Was he technically retired? I mean, did they come out? Well, no. You know what? I think Heyman said he was retired last night. So yeah.
Well, that's the thing. And then they had this total bull crap where Adam Pearce is like, he's so angry because Brock Lesnar came. He's like, I filled out his retirement paperwork. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? You filled his retirement paperwork.
Come on.
Who introduced that into the storyline? That the GM of the show fills out retirement paperwork for his superstar. Shut up.
That feels like a non-wrestling writer wrote that.
I know. It's like, get out of here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
seems like
It
somebody
was
like something like the AI generated. Like yeah, oh
that
shit.
too.
We the
Yes.
AI presumes that the guy in charge fills out retirement paperwork like you're working in a
Yep.
factory somewhere or something. It's like, no.
Exactly. Like, oh,
Works.
he didn't tell us he retired, but he hasn't shown up for work. So we're just gonna say he's retired. Okay.
Yeah.
He
Paul
left
Heyman
all his
says
gear.
he's got a contract here, Brock Lesnar's name on it. Presumably that means it'll be Oba Femi versus Brock at Clash in Italy. Um,
Yeah.
why do this? And understand and seriously, what's the point of going through all this with Brock Lesnar, feigning his retirement at WrestleMania, leaving his boots in the ring, waving fans goodbye, doing all the things. What was the
Hugging
point?
Paul Heyman at the end.
What was the purpose of the fake out? Like, it doesn't make sense for us. Like, why would
No.
you want to shock us? Like, we don't care. I mean, when we do
No.
care, but not in the way that they probably think. And is
Yeah.
it just
I mean,
to be able to get the jump on Oba Femi now? And where does this go? This goes to a match where Oba Femi beats him again, maybe in 4 minutes this time. And heaven forbid, it goes to where Brock Lesnar beats him and we have to have a third match. I don't want either one of those scenarios.
I think that's where this goes. I'll be straight with you. I think that's where this is heading at Clash in Italy or whatever it's called. I think Brock beats him, sets up a match at SummerSlam, and that becomes Brock's retirement match. I think that's where this goes. Now, as far as the retirement at WrestleMania, who knows? Like, that didn't make sense. It makes me wonder if Brock did that himself. Wonder if he just decided at the end of the match, I'm going to do this, and that's how it's going to be.
Did Mark Henry?
I don't.
Did Mark Henry agent that match?
Yeah, probably. And I think it didn't make any sense. The proud man, the proud warrior, the proud mixed martial arts combatant, greatest whatever combatant he is of all time, takes one loss and walks away. I mean, come on. I get you got smoked. I get it. But you're this proud warrior and one guy beats you and that's it. Yeah. So and then Heyman comes out the next night in tears.
I kind of liked it considering how dominant the defeat was. I kind of liked it. And I just wanted it to be real because
me too.
Brock Lesnar, first of all, Brock Lesnar never should have been brought back to begin with, considering all the behind the scenes baggage with him. But
yes.
But if you're going to do this, that was the perfect way to write him off in the furtherance of another guy who's going to be the next monster for the next 20 years. It's like, why? Oba Femi doesn't need a trilogy of matches with Brock Lesnar. It's not going to help him.
And a trilogy of matches that are going to be the exact same each time.
You're
not going to get a Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair 60-minute draw out of these.
They're not going to suddenly have a submission match. All of a sudden out of nowhere, although that would be kind of cool. It would be Brock Lesnar's advantage if he were to do something like that. You'd think they would do that more often, actually, considering he would have that advantage in most matches. But they never have, as far as I can remember. I can't remember if he's ever had a submission.
Honestly, I don't think so either. But honestly, I think that would require Brock to put way more thought into a match than he's actually capable or willing to do.
Yeah.
Which has been my problem this entire run with him since he's been back. He's just boring to watch.
Yeah.
So we're getting a trilogy. There's no doubt in my mind. Brock takes the middle match. I want to know. My question is, how much offense does Oba Femi get in? Do they let the match go longer and Oba get a good amount of offense and look really strong before maybe Brock pulls it out at the last minute? And I don't think we're going to see him pull tights because they're not going to have him, do a shit heel win like that. He still needs to be the beast, but like catches him with, 2 F5s or whatever, at the end, or 15 German suplexes.
You know as well as I do, Dave. You know how bad of an idea it would be to have Oba Femi lose clean this early. It's such a bad idea.
I agree. You can't do it, but I don't see.
They are reft of ideas if that's the case, man. I mean, that's ridiculous. Yeah. I'll say this for the segment though. Brock Lesnar looked like he got himself in shape over the last month. He looked huge last night. And Oba Femi sold for those F5s like shit. So I give him credit for that too. He sold the fuck out of them. So I'll give them that, but I don't want to see anywhere with any direction that this feud is going. I just don't.
Yeah, it was the perfect way to end it at WrestleMania, and whether or not it was planned or not, the boots, the gloves, the pads in the middle of the ring, whether or not they plan if they didn't plan that and Brock went into the business for himself, he fucked up, 3 months worth of storytelling for
Remember
that.
when
Because
Paul Heyman, like the very next night, Paul Heyman made that big
tears.
squeak, made that biggie screaming because of Brock Lesnar's placement on the opening crawl.
Yeah.
Put him in it forever and not forever.
Yeah.
He's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Remember how angry he was?
Yes.
All for nothing?
Yes.
All for nothing?
Yeah. And that this reeks of the Vince era, where whatever happened last week, you don't remember. It's a brand new week. Our audience doesn't remember what happened last week. This reeks of
smacks
that.
of some TKO higher up being like, no, we can't let him go. He's Brock Lesnar. That's what it's.
We need more of Brock.
Right. That's what it smacks up to me. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at some of the matches coming up for the upcoming show here. The Bash at Italy, Backlash at Italy, Clash at Italy.
Clash of
Clash at Italy. So we got Penta versus Ethan Page.
Ugh.
Oh wait, no, this is Saturday night's main event. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that didn't sound like I would.
Saturday night's main event card for this Saturday. So Penta versus Ethan Page for Intercontinental Championship. I feel like Ethan Page might win that.
I hope not. From what they did with him last night, it wouldn't surprise me, and I hope they don't.
The Vision, which is Logan Paul and Austin Theory, defending the titles against the Street Profits. I feel like the Vision wins that, and the Street Profits split.
Do we see? One of the Profits go to the Vision?
I think you're going to see Dawkins start aligning with Seth Rollins. It looks like, but then they've been hitting that. Does Montez then go over to the Vision?
That wouldn't be bad for him. I think
that would be actually pretty good.
I think it'd be better for the Vision than Montez, honestly, because Montez has got charisma oozing out of him.
Yeah, which is also a reason why I'd be worried about him going over there, because that group is already. I mean, I don't know. Do they need a fourth with Bronson Reed out? Do they need a fourth that bad for what matches? So he can be part of trios matches or 4-way matches? Yeah. I don't know. I think I kind of like Montez on his own. If they split, I kind of like the idea of him going over to like SmackDown on his own and staying on Raw or something. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss versus Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab. Jade Cargill and that team's got to win that, right? I mean,
yeah.
And then maybe Charlotte Alexa split finally.
Yeah, I think so.
Hopefully. Yeah, is that all the confirmed matches for?
I think that's it. That's all I remember hearing.
Or unless Sol Ruka and Becky, as long as that's
Sol and Becca.
Possibly,
yeah. So Becky, I think we see non-title Sol Ruka wins that. She has to win if it's non-title.
And the Clash in Italy card so far is just Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. I have very little interest in that match, as we talked about a couple of days ago. And Tribal Combat, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. I think Roman Reigns wins that. And then apparently Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi.
I mean, as far as matches go, those are 3 pretty big matches.
Those are 3 huge matches.
Yeah, three big matches. Cody and Gunther, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
we've seen it before. Cody got the win, so do we see?
Wasn't that in Saudi Arabia?
Yes. It was that inaugural like Saudi championship or whatever it was that only gets defended in Saudi.
Gaudy belt that's like that
green
drool encrusted green belt.
Yes,
I think Liv Morgan won her match that night or something, and so they both had those belts, which they don't get to keep and they don't get to carry around. They're probably they're in a suitcase in Riyadh somewhere.
Probably. I think they made a big deal about them being like in a display case in Saudi Arabia somewhere. So they're probably in a box. In some warehouse in Saudi Arabia, waiting for them to come back and wheel them out like the end of Indiana Jones, pushing the ark out of the government warehouse. Like, oh, we got to get the belts. All right, bring them out.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I think we need to see. I think Gunther needs to take it more than Cody does. And then Tribal Combat. I want it to be brutal. Won't be.
Gunther needs it, but I don't think he wins. I don't think he wins.
No?
No, I don't. I don't think he wins it. Gunther does not have the same heat that he had even just a few months ago. He just doesn't feel
No,
right.
he's definitely cooled off a lot. And there's no way to get him back to that point before Clash in Italy.
It's a tough character to book, man. All right, let's before we get out of here, let's look at what AEW's got coming up because they got Double or Nothing coming this Saturday, but the go home show on this Wednesday tomorrow night looks insane. Have you looked at the card for the show? The card for the 3 hour Dynamite coming up tomorrow, May 20th, looks absolutely could be a pay per view in and of itself. You got Will Ospreay versus Katsuyori Shibata. I mean, that's
solid.
I mean, if you're a New Japan disciple like me, you're just like salivating at that. Athena and the Triangle of Madness. What a great foursome that is. Versus Thunder Rosa, Mina Shirakawa, and the Brawling Birds. Yes, please, I'll take that.
Yeah, definitely.
Divine Dominion, Lena Cross, yummy, and Megan Bain, versus whoever in a tag team eliminator match. This is probably somebody awful. Probably somebody.
You know what? It's probably going to be Anna Jay and Tay Mello because they tease that.
That's a good
Saturday.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that match.
Yeah, I think that would be a solid way to go.
Yeah. John Moxley going up against Kyle O'Reilly in an AEW Continental Championship Eliminator match. Now, I like the way they set up this match because Kyle O'Reilly has had John Moxley's number and made him tap out a couple times, which makes me think that Moxley will win this one. But it's also an Eliminator match, so you could have O'Reilly win it.
Yeah. I mean, to that point, you've had O'Reilly beat him already. Why is he in an Eliminator match? Why isn't this for the title?
Very good point. I mean, granted, Mox wasn't champion during the times when he lost.
He's not drastically that much better as the Continental Champion. You know, I mean, it stands to reason that because the previous matches he had the Death Riders come down and interfere. Kyle beat him then. So I think Kyle wins, and then at All In, Double or Nothing, we see the title match.
Okay, I'd be down for that too.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Those two on a pay-per-view giving 25 minutes, absolutely.
I'm low-key always been a huge Kyle O'Reilly fan, even from like his ROH days. I've always liked him. The only time I didn't like Kyle O'Reilly was in the early days of NXT 2.0 when he was like on the way out. And he was like he was hanging out with that really big guy whose name I don't remember. He used to hang out with Robert.
Wasn't he the he was the guy. Issue. Yes. And that was like Kyle's contract wasn't up, even though all of his other buddies were. They needed to do something with him.
He turned into cool Kyle O'Reilly for like a couple weeks. They had the jacket on, the jean jacket. Just looked awful.
Yes. That was another reason I tuned way the hell out on NXT. Like them doing that to Kyle, I'm like, I'm out. Like Kyle's got charisma, and you're doing this. All right. Yeah. There's no reason for me to watch this crap.
Pretty bad. Ricochet, Andrade, and Mark Davis versus Chris Jericho and the Young Bucks. Okay.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, FTR versus Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong for the tag team titles. Yes.
Yeah.
Good with that.
Sure.
Mark Briscoe versus Tommaso Ciampa in an Anything Goes match.
That's going to be bloody as hell.
Oh, yeah. There's probably already blood on before that hasn't started yet.
Oh, yeah.
And then Darby Allin versus Speedball Mike Bailey for the AEW title.
That's going to be an interesting match. Interesting styles there. You know, how those two are going to mesh. I think we're going to see – I'm not a huge Speedball fan, but I think we're going to see a great match between those two.
I think Mike Bailey is on the cusp of a heel turn. And this will be a loss that he takes that sends him further down that path. So
totally agree.
And then the Double or Nothing card right now as it stands. Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita for the International Championship. I mean,
I'm so looking forward to that, but they had Takeshita to take a loss last week.
I know.
I was like, sometimes AEW's booking just for the purpose of getting a great match that night is sketchy. They don't look 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ahead of time going, hey, we can't have Takeshita take that. Because remember, he lost to Bandito.
He did.
for the ROH title, which made me
Did
scratch
not
my
have to
head.
have him face Darby right then and there. That could
No,
have waited. That could have waited.
absolutely
Um, FTR versus Cage and Cope
no.
in an I Quit match. That's the one match where I might, take a break. I
I'll
have very
definitely,
little interest in Cage and Cope. I told you when I
yeah,
went to the live show a couple weeks ago, that was the match I took a break on, was when Cage and Cope
yes,
came out. As
yeah,
I instantly went to the concession stand.
yeah. And unfortunately, I get it. I'm the same way. And unfortunately, I think we're going to see those two win. I would love to see that be
Oh, God.
I would love for them that to be the write off for Copeland, but I don't think he's done yet.
Yeah, they must
I don't
retire
think
as a team. I know if they lose. Yeah. Then they got the Stadium Stampede match. Chris Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate, and the
yeah,
Elite versus the Demand and the Don Callis family and the Dogs. So this
yes,
is
and
what
the dog.
crazy. Was it
That
on 8? Something ridiculous like that?
yeah, 8 on 8 something. That definitely seems like the
Cover it.
Andre the Giant. What's that?
They're gonna cover it. They're gonna have to have like triple split screens.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be just everything. And I've never been a. It's funny going into the matches. I'm like, oh, I'm not looking forward to this. But by like 5 minutes in, I'm like, okay, this is fantastic.
Yeah, the
Give me
Stadium
more. This is
Stampedes are
great.
always a lot of fun.
Yeah,
They always turn out to be
yeah,
fun. Even when the rosters don't look great, they always turn out to be
yeah.
fun.
They find a way to
Um,
make them fun and interesting.
4-way for the women's world title. Tekla versus Hikaru Shida versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander. I'm gonna make a bold call. I'm gonna say that Hikaru Shida wins this.
Yeah, I can
That'll
see
make
it.
her what,
And
a
since
3 or 4-time champion?
3 time, I believe. And since it's a 4-way, Tekla doesn't need to be pinned. I think she pins Statlander, and that forwards that storyline.
I could see that
Yeah,
happen. I think
yeah,
Shida wins that one.
yep,
I'm
yep.
looking forward to that match. All right, we got the Owens Cup quarterfinals. We got Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay. I mean, that's another one for like the veteran wrestling fans. You just want to see
Yeah,
that match, no matter what age they are. You want to see that match.
yeah. I mean, that's the one you're like, really? You're gonna give it? Okay, absolutely. Give it to me right now.
Bandito versus Swerve Strickland. I mean, I think that
Great
one's
match.
the winner of that one is pretty much set in stone. But I mean, that's going to be an awesome match.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think Osprey takes the Joe match, but once again, it's going to be a fantastic match.
as we talked about a couple days ago, there's storylines all over that men's
Yeah.
bracket, and you could have Bandito win, and you could have Brody King win his match, and have Brodito facing each other. Because I feel like they were teasing that match, and I had
Yeah.
been saying, remember I was saying back then, I thought Brody was going to take the ROH title from him someday. That could still happen. I mean, it could
Oh,
still
I
happen.
wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
I would love to see it too. I think those two would put on a great match. Uh, and Brody's definitely has earned a title.
He's
Hmm?
definitely earned some gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor. I'm into that match too. Big fan of both of theirs.
Yep.
And then for the world title, a title versus hair match. Darby Allin versus MJF. Does MJF get
And
scalped?
I would love to see it. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think the story they've been building with Darby being injured and the injuries accumulating, I think that it's where it pays off, and MJF takes it and keeps his hair. Is it the most exciting finish to that match story? Not really. I would much rather see Darby get it and then shave MJF's head and see how they go about that. But I just don't. I don't think that because we're in May and All In is in August, so yeah, they'll need to start building. Well, no, because whoever wins, Owen takes on, which I don't particularly care for. I don't really like that. I don't like the winner of the Owen getting a shot at All In. I think All In should be storyline driven, at least for the main event.
Okay.
With whoever the title is.
Okay. I mean, they're kind of doing it kind of the way that they do the G1,
Yeah.
But then again, you got the Continental Classic for that. The Continental Classic should kind of be. There's a whole lot of things to talk about with the Continental Classic. They should get rid of the Continental Championship. But anyway, AEW has 2D titles. But anyway,
Yes, it does.
I had way too many. But a ton of wrestling this week. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot to talk about in the coming days. Dave, good talking
Sir.
to you, my man.
Absolutely.
everybody who tuned in, thank you for tuning in to the 5 Star WrestleCast. I'm Travis. That is Dave. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us anywhere you get your podcasts. And of course, you can find us on Facebook as well. Thanks a lot, everybody. We will see you next time, probably later this week, talking some wrestling. Bye.